If you want to learn about the 56th Annual Robeson County Fair, stay tuned as Carolina People goes to the fair. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're in Lumberton, North Carolina, on the Robeson County Fairgrounds. We're focused on the 56th Annual Robeson County Fair, and we're visiting with many of the people and groups that interact with the fair each year. Today we're with the former mayor of Lumberton, a lifelong resident of Robeson County, who happens to be the president of the organizing committee for the fair, Coble Wilson.
Greg,
Coble,
thank you.
Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you visiting with us at the fair this year.
Such a big week with so much focus, obviously with the 56th Annual Fair. What a big event.
Greg, it is, and of course the planning for the fair starts immediately after the fair. So it's not anything that just takes place 2 or 3 months prior to the fair. So our committee starts meeting the week after, and we have a lot to do in a year to get ready for an event like this.
And it really is an annual preparation leading up to it.
It really is. When you have 65,000 people that we hope will be in attendance this week at the fair, you've got to be ready for them.
You really do. How many folks are on the committee that help organize the fair?
We have over 20 that serve on the committee, and then we have an extended branch that goes in, we call Friends of the Fair. That's people that don't want to come to the meetings and do all the planning, but they do want to participate at the fair, and they play an integral part in making sure that the fair is successful.
Son of a gun. When we think about the fair, obviously there's so many folks involved with the fair. Your role as president of the organizing committee. Can we just talk about you for a minute?
Sure, we can.
Are you a local Robesonian?
I'm a Lumbertonian, lifelong resident of Lumberton. My family's here. I have 2 boys, and they're in the car business, thrifty auto sales here.
Okay.
And they're Lumbertonians, so they're going to stay. Lumberton is their home.
It's an amazing county. I think when I look at it on a map, obviously a lot of the viewers in the TV market are in North Carolina. A heck of a lot of the viewers in the market are in South Carolina. It looks much like Horry County in South Carolina, where Myrtle Beach and Conway are located. When you flip the counties around a little bit, what was it like growing up in Robeson County?
Well, I can remember where the hospital is now, and of course we're building a new bed tower there. I can remember when that was just the trees and all. As I was growing up as a kid, I lived right down the street from there. In fact, I live in the old home place now, and dirt streets not too far from where I was. And we've got pictures of those as I was growing up. So Lumberton really has grown over those years.
What about the changes that have happened in the county after the completion of Interstate 95, splitting the county? That must have had a dramatic impact. I'm sure probably some residents had wished it had never shown up, splitting the county more or less down the middle. But
well, my dad tells me that when that came through, before I was really involved, that people really were concerned that I-95 was going to section off Lumberton because the main roads came right through downtown.
Right.
And to some extent, you do lose that downtown flavor when the roads do move. But then you've got other things that come because of the interstate, and of course with I-95, 211, 74 being the crossroads, and then we've got Lumber River that comes right through, so we have adequate supply of water. We have nice roads that come into this area. It makes it an ideal opportunity for industry to locate here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Real quick about, you said your 2 sons are running the business, and when they think of you growing up as a dad, obviously you served as mayor of Lumberton. What were the years you served as mayor?
I served as mayor for 1 term, which was 4 years. I was on the city council 2 years prior to that, and my term ended in '87. So it's been several years since I was there. But it was a lot of fun when I was there, and the politics still get in your blood, and you're not as involved in politics as you used to be. But it was a lot of fun back then. Politics is still a lot of fun now, and our society dictates that politics is the way we operate.
Very definitely. I know out at the later in the week we'll be talking to Tony Norman at Comtech, who had talked about Mike McIntyre being out there at the opening earlier last week.
Mike and I go to church together. He's a fine individual. We're so proud of our congressman because of the job that he's done and supporting our area. That's his job, but he has done an outstanding job, and we're proud of Mike.
In politics, have a dramatic impact on getting the fair together and getting the kind of support you need to have a fair year after year. Are there folks? We talked about the preparation of the fair. Some of the folks that you enlist to help make sure the fair is a success each year, do you go about, or does the board go about enlisting support throughout the community, or is that something, a tried and true method?
Well, Greg, we do. We made a special presentation to the county commissioners this year and also to the city council. And without their help, and the sheriff's department, Sheriff Glenn Maynard does an outstanding job with security on the fairgrounds. The Lumberton Police Department, you know, they all help us. So the infrastructure there with the municipalities is very important to us.
Absolutely. How about how many folks do you expect will attend the fair?
We are anticipating that, of course, this will be taped, and we're anticipating that we'll probably, when the week's over, we'll have about 65,000 people come through the fairgrounds.
65,000? That's about half the residents in the entire county.
That's exactly right. But we draw from a lot of other places. We've
Sure.
had some phone calls from South Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
Great.
And so we're really looking forward to those people coming in from the other areas. And we attribute that to some of the success of people coming in from the outland areas for your radio, TV stations.
Broadcast television,
That's
whether
correct.
it's my station or 13 or 15, some of the stations
That's
in the area
correct.
that are helping to
Yeah.
promote the fair.
But people are really excited about the activities that we have here, and they want to come and see. So it's really exciting when we do have people come in from out of town.
I was particularly excited to see that I think that the admission fee is only $5.
It is $5. We visited some fairs this past summer, and you learn things when you visit other fairs, and there's some fairs there that they didn't understand how we could do what we do for $5, but we really do have a marvelous line of entertainment, and for $5 it's kind of hard to go and do anything for $5.
Can we talk real quick about the long-term effects? We only got a couple minutes, but the long-term effects of the fair on the county and on the region, really. I know this is southeastern North Carolina. Robeson County is really one of the central counties of the southeastern part of the state. How about some of the effects that the fair has on the county?
Well, Greg, you know, it gives the people an opportunity to show what they've done throughout the year, either through the agricultural end, through knitting, through baking. We had the most entries in our this year for cakes and pies and knitting and animals. We had almost 2,200 entries this year.
Golly.
And that's an awful lot, you know, but that's saying something for your county. And then you've got the opportunity with people participating in different events at the fair, and they win prize money for all this. We'll do something about $25,000 in premium money that's available to the winners for different events at the fair, and also the entries that they put into the fair.
Was there any venue in particular new this year, absolutely new, that came on board that was a real success?
Well, we've got two that are really big. We did the Little Miss Fair Pageant this year, and we've also got a bike night on Thursday night that is all new. And of course, we keep adding to, and our local entertainment stage is just busting at the seams. We put a new tent up, we've got more seating this year, and we have some of the most spectacular talent in this county that I've ever seen. You would think that they would come out of New York or somewhere like that, because they are really fantastic, and the people need to pay attention to that local talent.
Spectacular folks are brought to the Robeson County Fair because of folks like Coble Wilson, the president of the organizing committee, and all of the volunteers that get together to make this fair happen. Coble Wilson, thanks so much for being with us
Thank
this
you,
morning.
Greg. We do appreciate you being with us.
Very definitely. Stay tuned for more Carolina People coming up next. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. Today we're in Lumberton, North Carolina on the Robeson County Fairgrounds. We're focused on the 56th Annual Robeson County Fair, and we're visiting with the Director of Robeson County Cooperative Extension Service, who happens to be the Treasurer of the Robeson County Fair, Everett Davis. Everett, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you. Welcome to Robeson County.
A great commitment, seeing all the effort that's gone into making this 56th Annual Fair a gigantic success. To see all the folks in this week, I think we just heard Coble talk about an expectation of 65,000 folks coming in for the fair this week.
It takes a lot of people to put on an event this size, both those people that have come to the fair, but also those people that organize it, plan it, and are involved in carrying out the fair.
It is amazing, Everett, to see the commitment. Tell me real quick about the fair board. How many folks are on the board, and how as Coble said, it's really an annual preparation, getting ready for next year, and part of the reason we're highlighting it now is to begin preparing for next year.
Yeah. Our fair's changed a lot in the last 20 years, like many fairs across the nation. We're more like a little business now, a big business, really. We have a fair board of over 20 members that we're already planning for next year's fair. And budgeting, financial matters, management of our corporation are a critical part of the responsibilities of those board of directors.
Real quick about yourself, Everett. Are you a Robisonian by birth? Or how long?
No, I grew up on a small farm in northern part of North Carolina, but I came down to Robeson County about 30 years ago. So
Okay.
this feels like home now. I really enjoy this area.
And how long have you been with the Robeson County Cooperative Extension Service?
21 years.
21 years.
Right.
Could you tell me real quick about the Extension Service? What exactly is that?
The Cooperative Extension Service is really field offices or local offices of the land-grant colleges in each state of the United States. So there is a local Cooperative Extension office in every county. Here in North Carolina, we are a field office for North Carolina State University and North Carolina A&T State University, which are the land-grant colleges. And we take the information, technology, research, development, things that are available from those universities and other places as well, and make them available to local people in the area of farming, agribusiness, 4-H and youth development, and family and consumer sciences.
So that truly ties into a county fair.
Well, it does. We are here for a couple of purposes. We are supporting a lot of our clients, the farmers that enter animals and products in the fair, our 4-H youth that are involved in all the youth activities on the fair, the homemakers and gardeners and others that enter things in the fair. They rely on us for support and information throughout the year, so we want to support them during the fair. We also look at it as a good opportunity to market our agency and what we do and the services we have available in the county. And we use it as an opportunity to promote Robeson County as well, the gigantic agricultural industry in the county and things like that.
It really, it is amazing. As we were talking with Coble, the size of the county, how much can actually happen in the county. I think you pointed out earlier this morning that a square mile is about 640 acres, and to think of a county like this, I think 1,200 plus or minus square miles. To think about that much acreage in the county and the ability to really get into so many different crops, I guess the climate year-round is beneficial for a heck of a lot of crops.
Even though we have a lot of people in this county, over about 125,000, we're still a rural county. We are the largest county in North Carolina, the largest ag county in North Carolina, not by dollars, but by size. And there's a lot of good things that go on in agriculture in the county. Here on the fair, of course, was last week. We have a consumer awareness booth that is being manned by farmers in our community, helping the consumers better understand how they grow their food. And many people now are kind of losing awareness of just how important the farmers are in the food and fiber role. Everybody thinks they can get their groceries from the grocery store. They don't need the farmer for food.
And that surely isn't the case.
Definitely not.
Can you talk real quick about the treasurer's role in the fair? How long have you volunteered to be active with the Robeson County Fair?
Well, I've been on the fair board for about 30 years, but I've been in the treasurer's role for the past 3 years now. As I said, we have moved to the level now we are really a business. We have to plan and budget money very closely. We have a tremendous amount of expenses to keep the fairgrounds and the fair and other things we do going each year. And it's my responsibility to work with all of those board members to make sure that they can have the support they need to carry out their different projects during the fair. Our board holds an annual planning retreat every year in February. We spend a weekend together, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, planning for the coming fair. Budget planning is part of that planning conference. And at that time, we determine, how we're going to allocate funds for the year, what we can do and what we can't do. Our main goal as a nonprofit corporation is not to make money, as most people think. We do need to get all of our bills paid, and our bills are enormous with insurance and labor and taxes and advertisement, security, things like this. But we try to generate enough extra money from the county fair that we can support the county as well. We make contributions, financial contributions to local fire departments, United Way, the Robeson County Shootout, the Children's Christmas Fund, the 4-H program, the Extension Advisory Council, quite a few different groups in order to show our support of the community. We also provide scholarships for local kids on behalf of the Robeson County Fair. We support the state fair scholarship, and we're fortunate that the winner for the state last year was on our junior fair board here. In addition to that, we try to improve the property to make it more useful for the public, because we have a lot of people that use our fair. We even hold weddings on the fairgrounds.
Is that right?
People can use these facilities. There's a small fee for the maintenance and utilities and upkeep, but we have rodeos, tractor pulls, weddings, soccer games, soccer tournaments, a lot of different things on the fairgrounds. So we need to continually upgrade these fairgrounds. We've spent over $400,000 in the last couple of years putting in extensive underground drainage systems, underground utilities, water, sewer, lighting. We've added a new livestock facility, 15,000 square foot facility on the grounds. We've done a lot of paving to make it more convenient for people walking and driving on the midway. We've bought additional land for parking. So this is a good location for people to use for meetings, outings, festivals, events, and we want to make that available to the people here in Robeson County. They support us for the fair. We want to support them in the things they'd like to do.
Everett Davis, volunteers, the word, hearing about all that and think about the amount of effort that goes in, not only from the treasurer, but the president, the entire board, the junior fair board, the amazing amount of effort that goes in. Not a native of Robeson County, but in Lumberton for 30 years, and all 30 years involved with the Robeson County Fair. Everett Davis, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more Carolina People coming up next. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. Today we're in Lumberton, North Carolina at the Robeson County Fairgrounds. We're focused on the 56th Annual Robeson County Fair, and we're visiting with the Program Associate with the Robeson County Cooperative Extension, Aggie Rogers. Aggie, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me and being here.
To see all the activities going on and to see the implementation of what 4-H has done on a local level is amazing.
Yes, thank you.
Y'all's involvement with the Robeson County Fair has gone back how many years? Do you have any idea?
Oh, God, way back. Probably 20 years or more.
Is that right?
Yes.
And how long have you been involved with 4-H here in the county?
I've been involved with 4-H over 15 years.
Okay.
Over 15 years.
Over 15 years?
15 years.
And were all those years spent here in Robeson County?
Yes, all of them been here in Robeson County.
Well, speaking of that, are you a Robeson County native?
Yes, I am.
Is that right?
Yes, I am.
What part of the county?
I really grew up in Pembroke, but I've been in Lumberton probably most of all of my life.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, the county is so large geographically.
Yes, it is.
When you think about it. And Pembroke's in what part of the county? Is that the northeastern part of the county?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. So when you're coming in from Fayetteville, let's say, Pembroke would be one of the first places you'd...
Well, no, it's the UNCP Pembroke. That's how we call it, university there.
Sure.
Yes, that's where I grew up.
Robinson Community College, is that...
That's on I-95, right off I-95 there, yes.
So a lot of folks who travel through the market. Can you talk real quick about 4-H?
Oh, I'd love to talk about 4-H. My blood is green. Yes, I got involved in 4-H, really, my husband and I, because of my daughter. She went to a club meeting one night, and she came back and so much motivated about the program and said, oh, you got to come to one of the meetings. And so I went, and I was very impressed, and so I became a volunteer. And from that point, I got my husband involved, and we've just been very active members ever since.
You and your husband are both active in 4-H?
Yes. My daughter has grown out of the program, and now she's back as a volunteer.
Is that right?
Yes.
How many volunteers will be associated with 4-H throughout the county?
We usually reach over 900 volunteers a year.
900?
Yes. We have the largest program in the state of North Carolina.
You're kidding.
And I want to say in the world, too.
Well, let's hope someday you will be, if you're not already. I'm sure you
Yes.
must be up there with 900 volunteers.
Yes.
And 4-H deals almost exclusively with children?
Youth age 5 to age 19.
Okay, right. Ages 5 to 19. What are some of the activities that are currently going on at the Robeson County Fair that 4-H is involved in?
Okay. Mostly 4-H is involved in the Animal Science Project, where they are eligible to receive an animal of their choice and raise the animal, do a project record book on their animal, and bring it back and participate in the showmanship of their animal.
Okay.
And also, they're also involved in the Junior Fair Board. They are also members of 4-H.
Oh, the Junior Fair Board.
The Junior Fair Board, all members of 4-H.
Is that right? So 4-H is a gigantic presence
Broad,
in the county.
very broad.
Very broad.
Yes.
And you said your daughter has now come back as a volunteer.
Yes.
Did you just have an only child?
I have 2 children.
Okay.
My son is a minister of music in Raleigh. He was not involved in 4-H, and he said he regrets that since he sees what 4-H is all about.
Sure.
He's come back supporter. He lives in Raleigh. He always come back to the Robeson County Fair.
Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You saw him this year.
Oh yeah, he's been down here twice this week.
Is that
He's
right?
coming back on tomorrow.
Now, in your presence in the county is you're actually employed with the county. You're
Yes,
not
I am.
You're not a volunteer.
No.
You're a volunteer at the fair.
Right.
But in that role with 4-H, that's a county position.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Could you talk real quick about what it was like growing up in Robeson County?
Well, I like Robeson County, I guess, because I grew up here. The people, everybody is just so warm and friendly, and the schools I attended was very small. I did not attend any city schools. I went to all county schools, and I really love that.
Why would someone want to be involved with 4-H?
It is the best youth organization in the world. There is no fee to join 4-H and no uniform to purchase, and our age begin at 5 to 19. We concentrate on building self-esteem, building public speaking skills, as well as social skills and life skills that will take them all through life.
How could a child in the county who may or may not be aware of 4-H get involved? Would a parent want to help get them involved, or?
Yes, lots of the time we have phone calls from youth, and also parents want to get involved. Once we get the child involved, we get the parent.
Oh, I bet.
Yes, and
bet.
that's what we love. And they can always call the extension office and speak with anyone in the 4-H department.
Okay, what's that number, Aggie?
The number is 910-671-3276.
Okay, 910-671-3276.
3276.
Well, that's great. Well, if there's some viewers whose children may or may not be involved in 4-H, either in Robeson County or in other counties.
That's
like
right.
4-H
That's right.
is available in Scotland County, and Columbus County.
And we do receive a lot of calls from parents that's out of the county and seeking for a 4-H program, and I direct them to their county.
Great. And actually, 4-H is national.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, and international.
Yes,
She
it
said
is.
the hopes
Yes, it
to
is. Yes,
take
it
Robeson
is.
County
yes,
to
it is. And in fact, on tomorrow we have 15 volunteers who will be going to Edenton, Georgia for a national program.
Is that right?
Yes, yes.
When you think about the activities the Junior Fair Board are involved in as it relates to 4-H, how do you go about deciding who's going to serve on the board? There must be so many folks children want to be involved. How do they make a decision? I mean, are there decisions made as to who will serve on the board?
Yes,
they run for office?
Yes, they have to be very active member of 4-H. And we have over 20 clubs in Robeson County, and I try to screen each club and select a member from each club.
Okay. And your husband's involvement is very similar?
Oh, yes. My husband, he was here every night, and his blood is green as well. And my daughter has been participating here this weekend there.
I think I saw you have received some of the most amazing volunteer service awards, not only from the county.
The most important award that's so special to me is receiving the 4-H Program Associate Award for last year, and also the Extension Award for our Program Assistant and Program Associate and Technician Award.
Is that right?
Those two are very, very special to me.
Well, those are. I saw a litany of volunteer service awards that not only you but your husband had received.
He had received a lot of county, state, and also national awards as well. My daughter as well too.
That's wonderful. Aggie Rogers, a lifetime resident of Robeson County, an entire life dedicated to volunteer service, not only for the county but the state of South Carolina, and the opportunity to spread the word of 4-H internationally. Aggie Rogers, thanks so much for being with us this
Thank
morning.
you so much for having me.
Very
Thank you so
definitely.
much. Appreciate it.
Stay tuned for more Carolina People coming up next. Thank you for being with us today. We'd like to thank Coble Wilson, Everett Davis, and Morris Billick for giving us the opportunity to spotlight Robeson County.